Good evening, I'm Jo Hall. The Pfizer vaccine has arrived in regional Victoria, with aged care residents among the first in the regions to receive the jab. Health workers say it's giving staff and residents peace of mind and an extra layer of protection after a challenging and stressful year. Siobhan McKenna reports.
87-year-old Valerie Allen is among the first regional Victorians to receive the Pfizer vaccine.
I didn't even feel it. I didn't either.
You know, if I was silly and didn't get it, and I happened to pick up the germs and give it to my grandchildren and family, you'd never forgive yourself, would you?
She's one of 100 residents from Lyrebird Village in Gippsland who, by the end of today, will have received the Pfizer vaccine. The majority of residents at the Druin facility signing up for the jab.
Certainly the vaccine is really a start, I suppose, towards an end, that we can actually move out more freely, and also reduce the risk of residents acquiring the COVID-19.
580 Victorians were vaccinated yesterday as part of Phase 1A of the federal government's rollout. 240 aged care facilities across the country will receive their doses in the coming days.
2020 was a frantic year and a stressful year, and it's really nice to know that we've got another level of protection for the residents.
I just want to see that everything go that they're well and have a good life like I've had.
Regional vaccine hubs can expect their doses to arrive around March 8.
We'll be contacting each staff member individually, indicating they are part of that initial risk group.
As for the public, it's expected that all Australians will have the option of getting the vaccine by the end of 2021. The Premier is yet to reveal how the vaccine rollout will affect future lockdowns and restrictions.
That may well be a time at which things can change, because the most vulnerable are fundamentally protected from the very worst health outcomes of this virus.
Siobhan McKenna, 9 News.
Frustrated business owners have penned a letter to Premier Daniel Andrews requesting he doesn't enforce a statewide lockdown again. Ballarat groups are leading the charge, saying the government should be better prepared to respond to future outbreaks. Ezra Holt reports.
Cafe manager Beck Hibbard doesn't want to go through the confusion and stress of another lockdown.
You don't know, are you actually allowed to be open for takeaway? Because even some of the hospitality industry is shut anyway. It was just really hard. 17
regional business groups have joined forces, writing an open letter to the Premier asking for more clarity around any future lockdowns.
This isn't going away. So that ability for us to say how well prepared are we in the event, we hope it never happens, in the event that a lockdown occurs.
The letter asks for more consistency with lockdown rules.
Construction wasn't included in the Stage 4 lockdown previously, and it was this time.
It also outlines the need for greater clarity for border residents.
Here in Victoria, indoors we have to wear masks. You go across the Murray River, which is a stone's throw, and you don't have to wear masks.
Small Business Minister Jala Pulford says the $143 million circuit breaker support package will provide appropriate support to those businesses most affected by the action. Business leaders say there should be a more nuanced approach within regional Victoria, saying that a ring of steel divide with metropolitan Melbourne is not specific enough.
This notion of, zones, red, orange and green have worked in other states and other jurisdictions. It's recognising that Portland is very different from Ballarat. Ballarat is very different from Melbourne.
Ezra Holt, 9 News.
A regional worker at the coalface of welfare services has slammed the federal government's job seeker payment increase, saying it's a slap in the face. The Commonwealth today announced the benefits would increase by $50 a fortnight from April 1. Claire Sianta reports.
It's been touted as the biggest rise in welfare payments in 40 years, but some say it falls well short of the mark.
A slap in the face, that's what it is.
It is the single largest increase in the job seeker payments since the mid-80s.
The federal government today announced a permanent increase of $25 a week to the job seeker payment.
We're ensuring that it's set at a base that we believe is appropriate.
And while any help is welcome, many say it's simply not enough.
I think there have been an expectation, because people have been doing it so tough, that there would be a proper increase.
It's feared it will lead to more problems down the track.
That we're going to get just an avalanche of this problem, and it's going to end up in social chaos.
The long-term arrangements now are there for people to rely on should they find themselves out of work.
Businesses recovering from the pandemic fear the increase could have negative impacts. They're already struggling to secure casual workers and say the rise in job seeker payment might deter some from taking on these roles.
Been up and down with needing workers, as you know, because of
the pandemic, but we're really finding it hard to get good staff now.
Almost 2 million Australians will see the changes come into effect on April 1, a day after the coronavirus supplement of $150 a fortnight is phased out. Claire Sienta, 9 News.
2 more men have been charged over the stabbing death of a teenager in Morwell on the weekend. Nicholas Henry was stabbed multiple times and was left to die on the road. The 19 and 23-year-olds have been charged with murder and appeared in court today. They were remanded in custody. It comes after 20-year-old Brayden Smart was charged with murder on Monday. Arson Squad detectives and police are trying to identify a person who was found dead inside a burnt-out camper van near Portland. Investigators hope someone may recognise the van, which could have been in the area in recent days. Eloise Wilkinson has more.
Well, the remains and what's left of the van are being inspected by forensics in an area of this scrubland, which is now a crime scene, about a kilometre away from Cape Nelson Lighthouse. Firefighters made the grim discovery after they were called to a grass fire off Cape Nelson Road just before 8 o'clock last night. About a hectare of scrubland was burnt in the fire and a person's remains were found inside the back of the camper van.
At this stage, it's too early to establish whether or not there's foul play involved or anything like that. At this stage, we're just trying to get the identity of this person.
Arson Squad investigators are still working out what caused the fire, and while the region is popular with campers, it's still unclear why the person was there.
It's not a known camping site. It's really just a state park where bushwalkers go, but not camping.
The vehicle was badly burnt in the blaze, but detectives have narrowed down a description of what the van looks like.
A 90s camper van, Toyota camper van with an annex. It had a bull bar at the front of it and a distinctive box at the back where you put tools.
Police hope anyone who may have recognised a similar van to this and saw it in the Cape Nelson Lighthouse or Portland areas in recent days to come forward.
1 in 5 Australians are looking to move from capital cities to regional areas. New research by the Regional Australia Institute shows increased levels of stress and anxiety in metropolitan centres are contributing to the demand for the lifestyle change.
Dealing with traffic and congestion, that is a growing pain in our capital cities, but equally the cost of living, and that was coming through very clear.
The survey found that 1 in 10 Australians wanted to move to a regional area in the next 12 months. A new report from the National Farmers Federation has warned regional Australia could be held back from reaching its full potential without greater investment. It's calling for more funding for infrastructure projects and making development in the bush a priority. Grace Evans reports.
The Bendigo Airport's seen major growth in the past 5 years, but it's far from reaching full potential.
Now we're looking for some funding to expand our terminal, to expand passenger services, as well as service a business park area out here as well. We think we can really grow complementary services to the airport.
Funds to plan an overpass at the Princess Highway intersection near Gumbaya World in Tynong North in Gippsland are also desperately needed, and they're not the only projects in line. It's prompted the National Farmers Federation to issue a call to action in its regionalisation agenda report today.
Whether they're dams or freeways or highways or, infrastructure developments across rural and regional Australia. So what we want to happen is for them to actually be prioritised.
It also wants regional development to have more priority in National Cabinet and to review how infrastructure money is allocated. The report finding the federal government is in a position to spend an extra $3.8 billion on country areas.
If the government does invest in these rural centres, it will drive export dollars, so it'll have a benefit to local communities.
The pandemic's also highlighted the possibility to live and work outside major cities, as well as the need to shore up the nation's food and manufacturing supply chains. The federal government was contacted for comment. Grace Evans, 9 News.
When 9 News Local returns, a woman treated for smoke inhalation following a Wodonga house fire. How regional universities are preparing for the start of the 2021 school year, and how a small community store went from the brink of closure to a thriving business.
Alex Dimitriades.
You need to go. I'm her father.
New Australian drama, Amazing Grace, Wednesday, March 3.
More Australian pet owners and their dogs love NexGuard Spectra. The most complete parasite protection in one tasty tube. NexGuard.
Renovate or upgrade at Highgrove Bathrooms Spend and Save sale. Save up to 20% off your total order. Hurry, sale must end February 27th. Shop online or in-store at Highgrove Bathrooms Bendigo.
You might not think it, but I've lived in some unique places. Like 189 days aboard a yacht, including one scary time overboard. If you're like me and where you call home changes over time, it's good to know that APIA has different home insurance options to choose from.
Get a quote today. Call APIA on 13 50 50.
Like your body, your eyes need a regular health check. From the age of 40, there is an increasing need to monitor your eye health. At UFS Optical, we have invested in the latest OCT and retinal camera technology to look beyond the surface, because the more we see, the better we can assess the health of your eyes to help detect conditions like glaucoma and macular degeneration. UFS Optical is now open. To book a health check for your eyes, call us on 5441 8077 or visit our website.
There's an easy way you can boost your business, keep money in this community and help Australia thrive. Sounds too good to be true? Actually, it sounds like your local Channel 9 station. Advertising with us will help you easily access your customers, letting them know who you are and what you do, so they can help support you. We reach this community every day, and so can you. Advertise local. Head to sca.com.au/advertise local to find out more.
Best Sheds up to 40% cheaper with a 20-year warranty.
Best Sheds best price guarantee. American Barns from $6,900. Farm Sheds $9,200. Industrial Buildings $13,990.
Call Best Sheds 1-800 15 17 18.
All in one place. 9.com.au.
A woman in her 30s has been treated for smoke inhalation and a dog has died in a house fire on the border overnight. The Wodonga house caught on fire around 7:30 p.m. It's believed to have started in the back of the house. Emergency crews stopped flames from spreading to neighbouring homes, bringing it under control within 20 minutes. Arson chemists are yet to determine what caused the blaze. CFA volunteers across Victoria have received an equipment upgrade to make their jobs safer on the front line. Melissa Christides reports.
New fire kits for our frontline firefighters. CFA volunteers are heading up a new helmet rollout to more than 5,000 members.
I've been a volunteer for 26 years. The new helmet, along with the new breathing apparatus, will help in structural fires. It gives you greater protection.
The Pacific F-15 premium jet-style structural helmets will help improve safety for search and rescue operations.
They can do an internal attack, so internal firefighting with these new structural helmets, which adds another layer of safety.
With a one-touch visor, face shield, helmet torch and flame-resistant neck flaps.
It helps us to do the job quicker, so that means we can get back to our families a lot quicker and safer.
It's the latest addition in a range of upgrades, including a thermal imaging camera to help find hotspots.
It benefits firefighters with their safety in day-to-day activities.
I've been a volunteer for more than 20 years. The equipment's evolved and got a lot better.
We're at the forefront of technology and delivering to our volunteers the cutting-edge technology and equipment that they need to do what they do best.
Along with this new protective gear, the CFA is continuously looking at new opportunities to help improve the way they fight fires and serve the community.
We're always looking at new vehicles and new infrastructure, new fire stations. So, across the district and across the region, we're always looking for new opportunities.
Melissa Christides, 9 News.
Regional universities will host a mixture of face-to-face and virtual events as they welcome students back for O Week. Being back on campus will provide new challenges as staff and students navigate uni life during a pandemic. Liz Gwynn explains.
It is the first day of O Week, and with me now is Professor Megan Smith from Charles Sturt University in Albury. Megan, how exciting is it to welcome all students back? It's the first time since March, I understand.
Yeah, look, absolutely fantastic, and you can see students milling around there. It's been a long time since we've seen students in this piece.
What are some of the measures that Charles Sturt is using to make sure that students are COVID safe?
Yeah, look, so the most visible thing you will have seen so far is that we have our scanning codes. So we started QR coding for students way back in that early phases, but we've just switched over to the Service New South Wales, so our students will be able to check in.
Obviously, we are still in a pandemic. Students are some of the last ones to get the vaccine. Has there been any sort of hesitation?
No, not that we're seeing. I haven't talked to students individually about it, but we're not seeing, students come up and raise issues for us. I expect that we will have concerns from students over time, and what we will do, of course, is listen to each of those.
What is a national approach that universities are taking, particularly welcoming students back during a pandemic?
I think we're all just getting to the point now of saying, look, we've learned how to be COVID safe, let's see what we can do. But equally, if something happens, which lockdown was a week ago on the border, how do we respond to that?
Grain growers are being encouraged to embrace new technologies to improve the profitability of their crops. Isabel Quinlan has the story.
Brett Hosking has been a grain grower for more than 20 years. Over that time, he's had to change the way he operates his farm, technology playing a key role in remaining viable.
I can be sitting on a header, I can get a text on my phone saying a load has just been delivered, this is the quality specifications of that particular load, and I can glance out the side window of my header and say that was harvested over in that part of the paddock. It gives me that real-time feedback.
Phone apps are among the new tools being used on the land. Industry leader GrainCorp jumping on board. It's launched a free app providing farmers with advice on the best price to sell their grain at the touch of a button.
This year we clocked over 11,000 users on the Crop Connect app, which essentially brings buyers and growers closer together by providing a trading platform or a marketplace for them.
The current Crop Connect technology provides growers with the ability to monitor their grain holdings, access up-to-date information of their deliveries, while marketing and selling their grain at target prices. But GrainCorp believes innovation capabilities could be expanded.
Things like bringing on more secured buyers so they have payment security, and also being able to track the quality of grain that they deliver into the network so that they can then make better agronomic decisions in future years.
Isabel Quinlan, 9 News.
A small regional shop has defied the odds, coming back from the brink of closure to become a thriving business. The Colbinaban General Store is now one of the town's biggest employers after locals joined forces to keep it open. Grace Evans reports.
Having a community of just 300 people didn't stop the Colbinaban community from saving its general store.
We had about 7 days to raise the funds, and we completed it in 5 days, and we were just overwhelmed with the community coming together.
Not only was the store saved, it's now thriving. It was bought out by locals who have turned it into one of the town's largest employers. Among the 12 workers is Abe Toohey. He's being trained to take on the main duties of the Australia Post section.
I'm currently training up Abe Toohey, who's a local and he's deaf, so it's a really exciting opportunity to be able to do that.
Funding through the Job Access program will soon see Abe working to his full potential, awaiting the delivery of a talk-to-text machine to assist him.
We'll also have workplace training so everyone can learn a little bit of Auslan and sort of help Abe sort of be really comfortable in the workplace.
Manager Joel Raglis was part of the campaign to rescue the site and said taking on the role was a no-brainer.
I don't know, I just felt the need to come out and give the community what I can do, make great coffees, hopefully.
As the general store goes from strength to strength.
It's amazing. We employ 12 people locally from the community and surrounding areas, and it's just booming with tourists coming to see the silos, people just calling in.
Grace Evans, 9 News.
Ahead in 9 News Local, a Bendigo boxer back in the ring after a year off, and now he has his sights set on a heavyweight bout. And an Albury horse trainer books a spot in the country championships at Royal Randwick.
Declutter your space. Transform your life.
We hear there's a little clutter here for us.
Use Space Invaders. Starts Saturday 7:30.
When you're with NIB, it's easy to get the most out of your health cover with the NIB app. You can find a provider near you, check how much you have left on your extras cover, submit a hospital or extras claim in an instant with photo claiming, or with an Android phone, you can also use your digital member card for contactless claiming. Download the NIB app today and put your policy in your pocket. NIB, it's worth it.
More Australian pet owners and their dogs love NexGuard Spectra. The most complete parasite protection in one tasty chew. NexGuard.
2020, the year we were forced to improvise. But now it's 2021, we at Agoda want to remake your memory. Share your improvised memory on Instagram and tag Agoda with hashtag Memory Remake. And you could win a $5,000 hotel stay on us, where you can remake that memory even better.
A snack pack with flavour that stacks of fun. Funny you should ask, I know just the one. Wolf Cracker Pack of Primo Stackers. A real food snack of meat, cheese, crackers. You're just a regular snacker, till you get the fun and taste of Primo Stackers. Mmm.
Add a Challenger lifetime annuity to your retirement income and you'll receive a guaranteed income for life, helping ensure your living costs are covered so you can look forward with confidence. Find out more at challenger.com.au.
Treat yourself at McCafe and we could treat you to free coffee for a year. Just buy any coffee on the My Maccas app and you could be one of 25 winners every day. Order on the My Maccas app for your chance to win.
All in one place. 9.com.au.
A 19-year-old Bendigo boxer is building up his mental strength to take on his first professional fight since the pandemic struck. Isabel Quinlan again.
Jamie Marrick is throwing all the right punches to put up the best possible fight to debut in a professional bout.
I just like the competitive side of it. It's just something I enjoy doing. I love it. So I just want to take it as far as I can and see what happens.
The 19-year-old will compete in a heavyweight fight in Thailand. He's hoping his agility and speed will be his advantage.
In the gym, we're always working on different combos, just making things work for my own style. I'm 6'1", 6'2"-ish. Most heavyweights are around 6'5", so I sort of come forward, have to slip punches, make angles and get my shots in from there.
Club officials say it's Jamie's determination and attitude that will help him progress up the ranks as a technical boxer.
You see the different levels all around the world of how those guys live, sleep, breathe boxing. The main goal would be just to keep that repetition of his fitness, working on his combos, his strength.
It's been a year and a half since in-ring competitions have taken place due to the global pandemic. With small exhibitions slowly returning, Jamie hopes to gain enough experience, both physically and mentally, before taking on an opponent.
I'm going to put on a few exhibition bouts, get the boys all ticking over and mentally and physically in the right shape.
Isabel Quinlan, 9 News.
Albury horse trainer Donna Scott has booked a place in the country championships at Royal Randwick for the 4th straight year. Liz Wynn again.
He was considered an underdog in the lead up to the race, yet Bautista made it count in the Country Championships qualifier, booking a spot at Randwick in April.
The winner just nabbed us and it was come down for a photo. It was a bit of waiting on edge, but yeah, the other horse just nabbed us on the line. But he's in the big dance, so that's the main thing.
Bautista will have a well-earned rest this week before he either has a race or a trial in the lead up to the prestigious event.
We won't do too much with him. He hasn't got the greatest of legs in the world, so we'll look after him. But yeah, he'll either have a trial or a race before he heads to Sydney.
7 racing meets will be run between now and April. The first and second horse in each regional race will qualify for the $500,000 event.
It's a hard one to win on your home track, let alone going to ring. But I mean, look, it's a great concept. We're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to going down.
This is my 4th year in a row heading up there, and we've ran 3rd one year, so hopefully I'd really love a wet track up there for him, and I think he's got a massive heart, this horse.
And it's not just physical preparation that's important.
I've got to keep him up and fresh and ready to run again, and it's just deciding what to do is the best for the horse.
Liz Gwynn, 9 News.
Former NBL basketball player Daniel Joyce has signed with the Ballarat Miners for the 2021 season. Joyce's 2020 campaign was cut short after a pre-season injury.
I think he'll be a great asset to the team, particularly to the younger players. Daniel brings a lot of experience, and I'm sure he'll help some of those younger Ballarat players out moving forward throughout the year.
Joyce previously played for the Sydney Kings and Gold Coast Blaze. Still on basketball, and Gippsland Sale Sonics are hoping to continue their winning streak. The under-16 girls squad won its third country championship over the weekend. They cruised to the final undefeated, where they claimed victory over Geelong 54-39.
We always thought we had a chance, but, you know, teams, every year it changes, and we had to play well to win.
The girls will move to the under-18s division next season. When 9 News Local returns, the latest weather details.
I'm also just a girl.
Standing in front of a boy.
Asking him to love her.
Julia Roberts, Hugh Grant, Notting Hill, Friday on 9.
Life happens. And you can't always see it coming. That's why Booper's here. Because double bouncing will always be a thing. Because it's not just waves that break. Because small print is always on the menu. And because every chance deserves to be celebrated. We'll be there when life happens to give you the cover you need and the service you expect. Booper, because life happens. Join today.
Is your internet slowing down your business? Here's why thousands of businesses are getting up to speed with Aussie Broadband.
Fast, painless setup and a network that just works.
Reliable from start to finish. Exactly what we need to run our business.
With fast business NBN plans with up to gigabit speeds, powered by our award-winning national network, backed by our dedicated all-Australian support team, we'll get your business up to speed. Join thousands of satisfied businesses and switch to Aussie Broadband today.
The Ram 1500 Express Crew Cab is big on space, has a powerful V8 Hemi and up to 4.5 tonne towing. That's why our range of pickup trucks eats utes for breakfast.
Enjoy outdoor living at home with Harvey Norman. The space-saving Sorrento 9-piece square dining setting, only $1,699. Relax in the stylish Remedy 4-piece lounge setting, just $2,499. Complete your outdoor space with the Massport Weekender 4 barbecue, only $399. Or get the Beefeater Bug portable barbecue with trolley and full-length cover, just $649. Plus, get 60 months interest-free with a bonus gift card. Now at Harvey Norman.
Renovate or upgrade at Highgrove Bathroom's Spend and Save sale. Save up to 20% off your total order. Hurry, sale must end February 27th. Shop online or in-store at Highgrove Bathrooms Bendigo.
Stubborn wrinkles that just won't go away? Introducing new Pro-X by Olay. Clinically tested to target stubborn wrinkles from day one. Trusted by over 1,000 dermatologists, exclusively in Priceline.
All in one place. 9.com.au.
Now time to catch up on the latest weather details.
Good evening. Thank you yet again, Joe. I hope you're well. The southerly influence keeping temperatures down again today, only maxing out into the high teens along the coast. And a couple of little showers. They're just skimming along the coast right throughout far eastern Victoria, around the Bay area, but just short-lived little brief showers moving through. You can see the cloud moving in. You can see how it was just a little bit thicker over East Gippsland throughout today with the passing of the trough that helped trigger those isolated showers throughout today. Generally, though, right throughout central northern Victoria, it's been relatively sunny and comfortable, but it's certainly the realm of the highs, explained last night. Big highs. And they're situated a long way south. That's generating this very consistent onshore influence along the east coast. Big storms, a lot of wet weather there. But for us, it isn't too bad. Yes, it is a little bit cooler again. Only set to max out into the high teens along the southwest coast. You can see the southerly influence pushing right across the Wimmera into the Mallee, where temperatures are only likely to reach the mid-20s from Horsham up to Mildura. Hamilton tops of 20 degrees. Ballarat unlikely again to escape the teens. A little bit fresh there over the last couple of days. Bendigo tops of 24 throughout tomorrow. Around Melbourne, 21. Also seeing this south to easterly influence across most locations. We should see the mid-20s, 25s to about 26, maybe a 27 for Yarrawonga, right throughout the North Country, northeastern Victoria, and still a little bit cool also throughout the east.
And that's 9 News Local for this Tuesday. Peter Hitchener's up next. I'm Jo Hall. Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening.